Jai Om Vishnupadam Saurashtotra Shashimad Divine Grace Avacharananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Namacharya Slashtakur Ki Shadgo Swami Prabhu Ki Prem Sakosti Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavranda Ki Shishi Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Giri Godhan Ki Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Navadik Mahapur Dham Ki Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya Kaveri Maya Ki Vrinde Tulsi Maharani Ki Samad Bhaktavranda Ki Shishi Radha Krishna Chandra Ki Shishi Krishna Balaram Ki Shishi Gauranitai Ki Shishi Srinivasa Govinda Ki Shishi Prahlad Rasandev Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today we'll be discussing about Guru issue. So before taking shelter of Prabhupada, we should know about the exalted position of Prabhupada. Who is a Guru? How many Gurus are there? Whom we should approach and whom we should take shelter of. So these are things we'll be discussing today. More or less you'll be knowing. Nevertheless, we'll see philosophically. Rupa Goswami explained about three kinds of devotees: beginners, middle level, and advanced devotee. In his Nectar of Instruction, 5th verse, Rupa Goswami says, Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyetya dikshasti chet pranatavishtra bhajantamisham shushushaya bhajana vajnam ananyam anya nindati shunya ridam ipsita sangalabdhya. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, diksha, and engaged in worshipping the deity. And one should associate with, faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. So, Rupa Goswami explained about three kinds of devotees: Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. So one should offer a respect to a person. Mentally, one should respect a person, one who chants the holy name of the Lord. And second, one should offer obeisances unto a person who has taken diksha, initiation, and worshipping the deity. And one should associate with the person and serve the person who one who's advanced in devotional service, undeviated devotional service, and it doesn't have any bad qualities. It does not see any fault in others. So he is called Uttamadhikari, the topmost. Such kind of person one should approach and take diksha. Once Narada Muni visited Vasudeva, Krishna's father's house. Vasudeva received Narada Muni well and worshipped him. And he asked Narada Muni to explain about the science of pure devotional service. Vasudeva was very eager to know, eager to hear about the science of pure devotional service. So Narada Muni explained the conversation took place between Navayogendras and Maharaja Nimi. Who are Navayogendras? Nava means 9, Yogendras. Navayogendras, 9 Yogendras. Who are the 9 Yogendras? We all know Lord Brahma had a son called Swayambhuva. Swayambhuva had 2 sons, Priyavrata, Uttanapada. Priyavrata had a son named Agnidhara. Agnidhara had a son named Nabi. Nabi had a son named Rishabhadeva. Rishabhadeva had 100 sons. Out of 100 sons, the eldest was Bharat Maharaja. And 81 sons became qualified Brahmanas. And 10 sons became Kshatriyas. 9 sons became Navayogendras. So this Navayogendras were the sons of Lord Rishabhadeva. This Navayogendras travel everywhere, just like an Narada Muni goes on his own. Freely they move anywhere to deliver the people. They are exalted personalities. Anyone come in touch with the great devotees like Navayogendras or Narada Muni, immediately they become purified. Just by associating with the exalted devotees like Narada Muni or Navayogendras, one can purify it even a moment. So at the time, they visited all the Navayogendras, the exalted souls, visited Maharaja Nimi. In his dynasty, Mother Sita Devi appeared. So Nimi was performing sacrifice. So this Navayogendras visited Nimi, received them, and he asked the question from the Nimi. Nimi asked questions from Navayogendras one by one. He wanted to understand about the different varieties, kinds of devotees. Please explain to me the characteristics and symptoms of a devotee. How I can differentiate? How can I understand that he is a neophyte or the beginner or Kanishta Adhikari, and is intermediate and most advanced? So please explain to me the symptoms and the characters of a devotee, and who will become very dear to Krishna among all the people, all the varieties, beginner, middle, intermediate, and the most advanced, who will become very, very dear to Krishna. What is symptom? What is characteristics? Please explain all these things to me. So Maharaj Nami put forward this question to Navayogendras. So at that time, they started explaining one by one. Archayam ev araye pujam ya shraddhaya hati natad bhakteshu chaneshu sabhakta prakrita smrita. The person who accepts the Lord and worships the Lord, he accepts the Supreme Personality of Godhead and worships the Lord. But he does not know how to behave with another devotee. He does not know how to deal with another devotee. Such kind of person is called Kanishta Adhikari, the beginner. And second kind of devotee, Ishvare Tadinisheshu Balisheshu Visaksha Prema Maitri Kripapeksho Yakravati Samadhyama. The second class devotee, he accepts the Supreme Lord. The exalted position of the Lord is the highest object of worship. And he feels compassion. He makes friendship with devotees. He makes friendship with devotees, but he carefully avoids non-devotees. So he knows how to deal with the devotees, but he avoids non-devotees. This is the characteristics of Madhyam Adhikari. The neophyte does not have the philosophical knowledge. the first level devotee, it's called a beginner or Kanishtadhikari, does not have the philosophical knowledge to convince others. Out of sentiment, he accepts Krishna as the Supreme Lord and he worships. There are many people, most of us are in the first category. We don't have the sufficient knowledge, philosophical knowledge to defeat others. One who opposes devotional service, one who opposes the personalism. So, middle level person, he has got some philosophical knowledge, but not thorough. First level, the Kanishtadhikari, he does not know any philosophical knowledge, but worship the Lord, accept the Lord. It's called Komal Shraddha. At any moment, he can fall victim. He can fall down. Even Madhyamadhikari, he has got the philosophical knowledge, but still there's a chance for him to fall down. Fall down from devotional service, spiritual life. At any moment, he can fall down. Is a middle level. So even middle level, second level person can fall down. But he knows how to deal with the devotees. The first level person does not know how to deal with the devotees. He criticizes, complains. Whenever some service is given, he always tries to find fault with another devotee. He has spoken like this, he's not like that, he's not punctual. So always try to complain about others. He's a neophyte. He is doing service, but complain. Does not know how to deal with the people. He finds faults with the people. So middle level person, even sometimes some people are not good. He knows how to tolerate, how to manage, how to understand, how to adjust. Is a middle level person. No, third level is, what is the level of Uttamadhikari, that final? Sarvabhuteshu yapashe Bhagavat Bhavan Arpana. This verse it is the Sarvabhuteshu yapashe Bhagavat Bhavanam Atma Bhutani Bhagavati Atmani Esha Bhagavata Uttama. So the most advanced devotees, they sees within everything the soul of all souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And he sees systematically everything in relationship to the Supreme Lord and understand that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord. So the Uttamadhikari, he sees Lord in everything. He sees Lord in everything, whether a Brahmana or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra or male or female or bird or animal or aquatics or trees. He sees the Lord in every jiva. He sees that everyone is a part and parcel of Krishna. Not only the jivas, even the created beings or created things. Like when he look at the moon, he sees Krishna. When he look at the sun, he sees Krishna. When he look at the earth, he sees Krishna. He sees Krishna in everything because everything is the creation of the Lord. Everything is the creation of Lord. Therefore, he sees everything. He sees Krishna in everything. And he sees everything in relationship with Krishna. Why? Because he loves the Lord the most. For example, we love our brother and sister. We don't love neighbors, family members. Why we do not love neighbors, family members as we love our brother and sister? Because they are connected to our Father. When we love our Father, naturally we love our brother and sister. We have got a connection. We have got a connection because they are connected to our Father. There is no connection between me and my brother. But my brother has got connection with my father. I have got connection with my father. Therefore, he become connected to me. Similarly, devotees, since he loves Krishna, everything is created by the Lord. All the jivas, are part and parcel of Krishna. Entire cosmos, earth, water, fire, air, ether, everything is made of this. The building, water, what is that? A laptop, mouse, everything is there. Everything he sees because he sees this is nothing but energy of the Lord. See, immediately as soon as he sees the laptop or water bottle, he remembers Krishna because he's connected to Krishna. Just like a mother, Prabhupada says, a mother loves her child, 3-year-old child or 4-year-old child. Naturally, every mother loves the children. When the children are not there at home, probably they must have gone to school, kindergarten school. When the children are there, naturally, mother, where they keep things ready and they see that a shoe of the child or a toy of the child generally plays with the toys. The moment a mother looks at the toys or the shoe, whatever, connected to the child, maybe shirt or anything, dress, anything is connected to the child. The mother, when she looks at the items belong to the child, she immediately remembers her child. Therefore, she consciously takes the item and keep it in the cupboard or anywhere safely because it is connected to her child. Since she loves her child very much, she loves the object connected to the child. Similarly, when we love Krishna, whatever is connected to Krishna, naturally we'll love. Otherwise, we don't have love for Krishna. This is very simple. We can understand ourselves whether we have got really love or not. When a person loves Krishna, naturally he will not become envious of anybody. Naturally, he'll not become envious of anybody. He will not criticize because all are connected to Krishna. He sees Krishna in everyone and everything. How can he criticize that person? He will not criticize. He will not criticize because he sees everything in relationship with the Lord. When one loves Krishna, he loves all the jivas, not only human being, even all other jivas, but including mosquitoes, ants. A devotee, one who is exalted in consciousness, he will not harm anybody. This is the quality of Uttamadhikari. He is called Bhagavata Uttama, the topmost devotee. Once Prabhupada was there in, I think he was somewhere. Generally, Prabhupada would write books and some assistant would be there outside. Whenever he wants someone, he would ring the bell and he would come. And Prabhupada generally would get up at 12 o'clock midnight and would start writing books, commentary would give. So he called person came and Prabhupada looked at him and said, see, I've been watching. There is a bug near your feet and it's not moving for considerable amount of time. Looks like it's starving. Please get some flower garland, flower, and take this bug and put under the plants, on the plants, so that it'll get some nourishment. Although Prabhupada was very busy in uh, writing books, nevertheless, he saw very insignificant jiva, small bug struggling. And look at the heart of Prabhupada. But he sees Krishna in the jiva. Therefore, he cares for it. This is the quality of Uttamadhikari. This is the quality of Uttamadhikari. So, one should approach such kind of Uttamadhikari to take initiation. The person who's devoid of envy towards others is called Uttama Adhikari. Is a Uttamadhikari, who is Uttamadhikari? Prabhupada says, Uttamadhikari, the highest devotee, is the one who is very advanced in devotional service and is not interested in blaspheming others. His heart is completely clean and he has attained the realized state of unalloyed Krishna consciousness. So unless one has reached that state, he cannot give Diksha. So only a Uttamadhikari is qualified to give initiation to others. So there are three kinds of gurus are there called. First level is called Vartama Pradarshaka Guru. Second guru is called Siksha Guru or Instructor Guru. Third one is called Diksha Guru or Initiating Guru. So what is a Vartama Pradarshaka Guru? Anyone who gives idea about God or anyone insight the curiosity to understand Krishna is called Vartama Pradarshaka Guru. He may not be well versed in the Shastra. He may not be well versed in the Shastra. But he gives just like a book distributors. Sometimes we take books and go and give a book and we say that Krishna is Supreme Lord. You read the book, you'll understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. This much is enough. When we give a book and make him to read, if that person understands Krishna and tries to sacrifice his life or he becomes a devotee, that credit comes to us. Because we have given the information. You read this book, you will understand about God. He becomes a guru. Just like a Dhruva Maharaj's mother, Suniti. When Dhruva Maharaj was insulted by his stepmother, Suruchi, that you are trying to occupy or sit on the lap of your father, you cannot because you have not taken birth in my womb. If at all you want to sit on the lap of your father or try to occupy the throne, you must go to forest and please Lord, and in your next life you should take birth in my womb, then you are qualified to occupy the throne. Since you are not my son, you are not eligible to sit on the lap of your father. So he was insulted by his mother, stepmother, Suruchi. That boy went to mother Suniti, started crying, and mother said, Suniti, my dear Dhruva, don't bear any animosity towards your stepmother. Whatever she told you, that's the truth. You are so unfortunate because you have taken birth from my womb, in my womb. But if you really decide to sit on the throne of your father, you must follow the instruction given by your stepmother, Suruchi. Immediately you should go to forest. Immediately you should go and please Lord. So the boy asked, where is the God? I heard that God is in the forest because many sages are living in the forest. They are leaving everything home, go to the forest, trying to find out the God. Probably God will be in the forest. That's all she said. Please go to forest to find God. She has given only this much and she became a guru. And a result of this instruction to Dhruva Maharaja underwent severe tapasya and met Lord. And at the end of life, when he was going to the abode of the Lord, he thought of his poor mother. Because of my mother, I have achieved this position. Now, how can I leave my mother behind me? Understanding the mood of Dhruva Maharaja, the servants, Vishnu Tudas, who were taking Dhruva Maharaj said, my dear Dhruva, don't worry, your mother is going before you. Just pointed out. So anyone, even though they may not be highly elevated, but nevertheless, if by chance they make others devotee, if they become serious, just like a mother, Dhruva's mother, she is not very philosophically inclined or left home and understand on a thing. She only told Dhruva to go and satisfy Krishna, to please Krishna. That much instruction she gave, and for that she became eligible to go back to Godhead. If any mother or father who instruct their children to become Krishna consciousness, to become Krishna conscious, and the devotee become great, and they go back home back to Godhead. So the parents also naturally they go back home back to Godhead, even though they may not be qualified on their own, because it is they who have given the knowledge to the son. Therefore, a parent's duty must bring up their children in Krishna consciousness and make them to approach a bona fide spiritual master and take initiation. Of course, everyone should take initiation, including parents. Doesn't mean only children should take initiation. Every one of us should take initiation. Even if you are not qualified, at least my children become strong in Krishna consciousness and they can take us back home, back to God. So this is called Vartama Pradarshaka Guru. Second is called Siksha Guru. Siksha Guru means instructor Guru. One can have many gurus, instructor gurus. Just like any philosophical doubt is there, we can approach a devotee who has got some knowledge of the Shastra and he will clear our doubts. So he is called instructor Guru, Siksha Guru. Any doubts on the spiritual life, how to make advancement in spiritual life, anyone gives a direction, he is called Siksha Guru. One can have 2 Siksha Guru, 1 Siksha Guru, 5 Siksha Guru, 100 Siksha Guru, unlimited Siksha Gurus. But Diksha Guru should be only one, not more than one, absolutely. One cannot take Diksha from many people. Diksha means only from one person who is qualified, who is a Uttamadhikari, who is approved by his previous Acharya, who is authorized by his Guru. One should approach a person, such a person take initiation, who is coming in the parampara, who is well versed in the scripture, and who is authorized by his Guru. So even though one may have got knowledge of the Shastra, but still he cannot act as a Guru. He can be instructor Guru, but not Diksha Guru. One may have well versed in the science of Krishna consciousness philosophically. So because he is well versed, he may have all good qualities. Many good qualities are there. One may have all the good qualities. But unless he is authorized by his Guru to become a Guru, we should not take initiation from such a person. We can receive instruction to practice devotional service, but Diksha should be taken from the person who's authorized by his Guru, and he should be in the Guru Parampara. So the qualification of Gurus, it is said in the Bhagavatam, Tasmat Gurum Prapadyede Jignashu Shreya Shabde Parechanishnatam Brahmani Upashamashrayam. If one really desires real happiness, he must approach a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him by initiation. What is the qualification of a spiritual master? Is thorough in the scripture, is completely convinced of the conclusion of the Shastras, and will be able to convince others with the conclusion. So he is thoroughly, means he knows the conclusion of the Shastras and will be able to convince others with the conclusion. And such a person who has given up all kinds of material designation, one who does not identify himself as a body, but identify himself as a servant of the Lord, he is a bona fide spiritual master. One should approach such a person and take shelter of him. Krishna says, who is a Guru? Acharyam ma vijaniyam navamanyeti karichit namartya buddhyasuyete sarvadeva mayo Guru. One should know or consider Acharya as myself. One should consider, one should know Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should never disrespect, just like one should not disrespect Krishna. Similarly, one should not disrespect Acharya because he is as good as Krishna. And he is the embodiment of all devas. Sarva Devo Mayo Guru. Guru is like a sum total of all the demigods, 33 crores demigods. Just imagine the position of Guru. If anyone says is a Guru, whether he should understand is a sum total of all 33 crore devas. Guru is worshipped by even demigods. If anyone falsely claiming himself as a Guru, should ask him whether you really think that you are worshipped by demigods, you are representative of or sum total of all demigods. Many people falsely claim themselves as Guru without understanding what is their position. Guru is eternally associated with the Lord Krishna. A conditioned soul cannot become spiritual master. Conditioned soul cannot become spiritual master. So that we will see all the points what Prabhupada has given. And it is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, a bona fide spiritual master who is authorized and empowered by Lord Krishna and by his own Guru should be considered as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. The spiritual master should be authorized and empowered by Krishna and is authorized by his Guru. Then only he can become Guru. Until he is authorized by his Guru, he cannot become Guru. Very clearly, Prabhupada says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. As Hari is free to act as he likes, the empowered spiritual master is also free. This Krishna is not bound by any rules and regulations. Krishna is not bound by any rules and regulations. Whatever he speaks, that is Shastra. Whatever Krishna speaks, that is Shastra. Just like when there was a situation where Yudhishthira Maharaja is supposed to tell a lie. When Dronacharya, the battlefield was so intense, Dronacharya was creating havoc. If he is unchecked, and Dronacharya would have faced armies of Pandavas. So understanding that, he told Bhima to kill one elephant. And he killed an elephant called Ashwatthama, and Bhima went and told Dronacharya that I killed Ashwatthama. Dronacharya could not believe because his son cannot be killed. But still, he was confused. He was fully concerned. And he did not believe the word of Bhima. Let me go to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Because he never tell lies. Yudhishthira Maharaj never tell lies. So he did not believe Bhima and went to Yudhishthira Maharaja and asked, is it true that Ashwatthama is killed? When Krishna was telling to tell a lie, God himself telling a lie. Actually, how God can tell somebody to tell a lie? God is the one who should tell you should be truthful. But here Krishna is telling you tell a lie. So even Krishna says something to do this. When you see that Yudhishthira Maharaja was refusing, how can I tell a lie? No, because he is embodiment of all virtue. Yudhishthira Maharaja was hesitating to tell a lie. But when Krishna is saying you tell a lie, simply one should tell a lie. Why? Because whatever Krishna speaks, that is a Shastra. Similarly, whatever pure devotee says, that is a Shastra. According to Shastra, it may not be correct. Just according to Shastra, telling a lie is not correct. According to Shastra, telling a lie is not correct. It's a cheating. But Krishna says, when Krishna says, one should accept. Similarly, when a guru sometimes says, it may not be in the Shastra, but whatever he speaks, that is Shastra. Why? Because he is not speaking on his own. Guru is not speaking anything is on own. He is speaking because Paramatma is instructing him. Paramatma is one who's directing him to speak. Therefore, apparently it may not be correct. When a guru speaks, spiritual master, one who's in touch with Krishna, nevertheless, one should accept that words as a Shastra. It may not be in line with the Shastra sometime. Just like woman should not be given Brahminical initiation. That is there as per the Shastra. But Prabhupada gave. Prabhupada gave second initiation to woman to worship deities. So in India, it's unacceptable. No temple, any standard temple. No woman is eligible to worship deities. But Prabhupada encouraged. So just like a Lord Krishna is free to act, similarly, the bona fide servant of the Lord is also free to act. They can decide what to do. It may not have any connection with the Shastra. Nevertheless, one should simply follow what Guru says. So, there are the qualities of a pure devotees described in Hari Bhakti Vilasa. He is spotless in character. Who? Spiritual master is spotless in character. And is completely devoted to Lord Krishna and his service. And is free from anger. Is a knower of Vedas. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yomam evam asammudo chanadi purushottamam. Anyone who knows me is a knower of everything. So when Prabhupada is explaining this to some place, one reporter was there. So, Swamiji, do you say that anyone who knows Krishna, he knows everything? Prabhupada said yes. So the reporter asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, do you know Krishna? Prabhupada said yes. So do you know everything? Prabhupada said yes. Can you tell me how many windows are there in the Empire State Building? Can you tell how many windows are there in this building? Prabhupada said, it's not important for us to know how many drops are there in the desert. Drops of water are the mirage. Similarly, we need not to know all these things. We should know what is required for us to go back home, back to God. That much we know, that's enough. There is no need to know any other thing. Whatever we know, we should know what is required for us to know to go back to God. That much we know, that's enough. There is no need to know other things. So, that is free from envy, is dear to all, and speech is endearing. This is the quality of pure devotees. It's dear to all. Once Prabhupada was there in a Western country, and there was one person who was a drunkard and would come and disturb the devotees. And they would do some small service. Nevertheless, he would go and suddenly, if somebody chanting, he will go in between and push them and go and hit them. When he is dancing and start, will stamp on other devotees and bumping. So he was creating a lot of confusion, and he would go on to speak some nonsense. And when the devotees are doing service, he would go on to stop them and speak some nonsense. So he was creating a lot of disturbance in the community of the devotees. So the temple president or in charge went and complained to Prabhupada, like, this person is creating a lot of disturbance in the community of devotees, what to do? So that time Prabhupada said, you should not reject, should reform him. Give him prasada and ask him to chant. Don't send him with other devotees for Sankirtana. So make him to sit in one place and ask him to chant and give him nice prasadam. So the person was put in one room next to kitchen, and he was doing agarbatti, and you would ask him to chant. He was constantly chanting, and sometimes he would stop and ask why did you stop? So are you feeling angry? The person would say yes. So he would bring one plate of prasadam and give him. And after eating, he would ask him to chant. So it took a couple of days for him, the person, to give up his insane quality. So after a couple of days, he became normal. So he came and reported to Prabhupada that this person become normal now. He's not creating any disturbance. He's like a proper person. So Prabhupada said, our business is to reform, not to reject. So Prabhupada had got the compassion even to the mad people, crazy people. He felt that Jiva somehow should be inspired to take Krishna consciousness so that he'll become a normal person. This is called dear to all and is a pure and is he possesses study will. Steadiness, pure devotees always study in all situation. They don't get disturbed. So when Prabhupada wanted to build a temple in Mayapur, 1970s, his god brothers did not like. So they sent a letter to Indira Gandhi. Please do not give any land to these ISKCON people. They are creating unrest among the Muslim people. They are creating havoc, unrest among the Muslim. They are divisive. So therefore, do not sanction, do not give any land, do not accept them. So who Prabhupada's own god brothers, they did not like Prabhupada's coming and establishing a center in Mayapur because their position will go for 6. So this was the situation. And second thing, and they employed one tantric so that Prabhupada would fall sick. And tantrics and all will do some magic, some mantras and all that will affect the person. So when Prabhupada is sick, he cannot preach, he cannot do anything. If he's bedridden, finished, his ISKCON is collapsed. That's all. He's the main person who is doing all the work. When the leader is not there, everything will fall apart. So that we'll become like a lord of this Mayapur. This was intention of Prabhupada's god brothers. So they did not encourage Prabhupada. And rather, they went and told local people, nobody should give land to ISKCON. If anyone gives land, you are finished. So they were terrified. They were threatened. Common people, those who are holding land, they were threatened by Prabhupada's god brothers. If anyone gives land to them, ISKCON, you are finished. As a result, cost of the land become many times so that devotees will not purchase land. So Prabhupada, in spite of all the, and many people were, God brothers polluted, brainwashed Prabhupada disciples to go against Prabhupada. In fact, Prabhupada's name is removed from the books and the founder was removed. Many things, his own disciples acted against Prabhupada. Why? Because they were poisoned by Prabhupada's God brothers. That he is not a bona fide Acharya. Our Guru, Bhaktisastra Thakur, did not appoint him. We are the bona fide Acharya. Therefore, we are the authority. They started brainwashing some people. Some people left Prabhupada and came to them, and again they also left. So, like that, in spite of all the issues, Prabhupada was determined to execute Krishna consciousness. He could overcome all the obstacles put forward by his god brothers. So Prabhupada sometimes said, one of his disciples, he wrote a letter, all along my life, my god brothers gave compression, depression, and repression. But I never bothered. I worked hard. With full determination, I worked hard. I became successful. Similarly, you also do not come under the influence. You simply strongly determined in your work, you will be able to succeed in Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada has undergone a lot of turmoil in his life. Nevertheless, he never sacrificed, never compromised. He is fully determined to execute Krishna consciousness. This is the quality of a pure devotee. Next, is a non-violent. Prabhupada means Guru, a spiritual master. It's a non-violent. So once Prabhupada in Jew, Prabhupada fought Many things happen in getting the land. And Guru, he had a fight with the Nair. Later, Nair died due to offending Prabhupada. So they got the land and finally they built a temple. And to build a temple, they have to approach a corporation and a lot of permission required to build a temple. Then they told they should have so many feet wide road should be there to access temple. For that, you should do this. And some trees were there on the road between the. So to make a road, they have to cut some trees. Unless they cut the trees, they cannot get permission. So Prabhupada disciples, they started removing some 2, 3 farm trees to make a road to have access to the temple. And when Prabhupada came after, actually he was out for a long time, came to Jew, and when he was coming, he asked, what happened, the trees and all are not there, where is it? So the disciple said, no, actually the commissioner said, unless we remove the trees, that they will not give permission for this. So you should go and tell the people that our religion is against cutting the trees. We cannot cut the trees. You see, for building a temple, Prabhupada never allowed to cut trees. Even if you go to Krishna Balaram temple, you see one tree is there in front of Vrindavan, in front of Radha Shyam Sundar. So actually, it is blocking the entire view. When we stand little far behind, it blocks the entire altar. Nevertheless, Prabhupada never allowed to cut the tree because they are living. They are also jiva. They are also devotees. Why we should cut? This is the quality of a devotee. See, even an insignificant plant, Prabhupada considers a part and parcel of Krishna. How can I cut? This is the vision of a pure devotee. Sees Krishna in everything, in every being. And is always pure, is always thinking of Krishna, and is a reservoir of compassion. When Prabhupada was there in Kolkata, then there are many devotees, Grahasthas were there, Brahmacharis were there, so one devotees were there. All of them were staying some few, maybe 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom house, and they were doing service. And some Brahmacharis came and complained to Prabhupada, the women are not covering the saris properly. We are getting agitated. Why can't the woman can go a different place and they can practice so that we are saved? And because they are feeling some kind of uneasiness in the presence of women, and they feel that they are diverting or the conscience getting polluted in the presence of women. So a lot of complaint they started lodging to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada heard everything and started walking. And after finishing everything, he returned. And as soon as he came back to the center, and all the people, all the women got up, and actually they were some people were some Mataji was cooking, and some woman was cleaning the temple, and somebody was decorating the deity, and somebody was making asana ready for Prabhupada. So everyone was busy in some service. So as soon as Prabhupada entered the center, all of them offered obeisances. So at the time, Prabhupada said, if you associate this woman, you'll go back to Godhead. So you see the quality of Prabhupada. He never rejected the woman. Although he heard, he saw only how the jiva is rendering service to Krishna. Whether male or female, he never bothered. But everyone is a jiva. And they are rendering service unto the Lord. Prabhupada sees that service attitude, not the body. This is called full of compassion. So like that, many qualities are there. This and all, only a person like Prabhupada has got all the qualities. And it is said in the extra instruction, the very first verse, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udoro Pasta Vegam. Etan Vegan Yo Visheta Dira, Sarvam Apima, Sarvam Apima, Prithyamsa Shishyat. Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam. So one who has got the ability to control the Vegas, urges of speech, mind's demand, and anger, and belly, tongue, genital, one who's able to control or conquer these 6 urges is qualified to become a spiritual master, is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So spiritual master means should have conquered all these things: tongue, mind, anger, belly, genital, everything. So without that, one cannot become spiritual master. So who can give diksha? So Prabhupada said, unless one is initiated by the right person, who always carries within his heart the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot acquire the power to carry the Supreme Lord within the core of one's heart. That is said in the Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 2nd chapter, 18th verse. Unless one is initiated by the right person who always carries Krishna within his heart, one cannot acquire the power to carry the Supreme Lord within the core of one's heart. So, right person. Actually, one should be absorbed in Krishna 24 hours. Only that person can give initiation. One should take initiation from the person who is 10%, not 98%, not 95%, or not 99%. One who is 10% Krishna consciousness, we can take initiation from that person. So this is the point given by Prabhupada. Very, very important point. So now we'll see some important, we'll take a little more time. It's a big subject. So we'll see that. I'll share the screens now. You're able to see the screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Right? Okay. So, Prabhupada, I just tell go through. When one has attained the topmost position of Mahabhagavata, he is to be accepted as Guru and worshipped exactly like Hari, the personality of Godhead. Only such a person is eligible to occupy the post of a Guru. So, Guru should attain the position of Mahabhagavata, one who is able to see Krishna in every jiva and everything, one who connects everything with Krishna. Only such a person is eligible to occupy the post of a Guru. Number one. And a bona fide spiritual master will never fall down. There is no possibility that the first class devotee will fall down. And unless one is a resident of Krishna Loka, unless one is the resident of Krishna Loka, one cannot be a spiritual master. This is the first proposition. A layman cannot be a spiritual master. And if he becomes so, then he will create simply havoc, simply disturbance. So Prabhupada says, unless one is liberated, unless one is coming from the spiritual world, he cannot become a spiritual master. An ordinary conditioned soul cannot become spiritual master. Even the ordinary conditioned soul, even if he becomes qualified, means having all the good qualities, we have seen so many good qualities of the qualities of spiritual master. Even if he has developed all the qualities, if he has not received the order from his spiritual master, he cannot give initiation. On the other hand, even though he may not have all the good qualification, nevertheless, if he is ordered by his guru to give initiation, then one can accept him. But Prabhupada never appointed anyone to become Diksha Guru, never authorized anyone to become his successor. Therefore, one should not think they are a bona fide guru. A bona fide spiritual master who is authorized and empowered by Krishna and his own guru should be considered as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the verdict of Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, Sakshat Haritvena. Haritvena. As Hari is free to act as he likes, similarly, the empowered spiritual master is also free. As Hari is not subject to mundane rules and regulations, the spiritual master empowered by him is also not subject. Next, initiation. When a mantra is chanted by a great devotee, the mantra becomes more powerful. Although the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is powerful in itself, a disciple upon initiation receives the mantra from his spiritual master. For when the mantra is chanted by the spiritual master, it becomes more powerful. Next, Prabhupada said, when one becomes a disciple, he cannot disobey the order of the spiritual master. The spiritual master said clearly, you should act on my behalf. You should act as officiating Acharya. But they disobeyed the order of spiritual master. Therefore, most of them fell down. Yep, the pure devotee is always free from the clutches of Maya and her influence. Spiritual masters always liberated. So these are all points we should clearly remember, because when opposite camp put forward, we should be able to remember all the quotes of Prabhupada. It's everything is given in the Bhagavatam by Prabhupada, and Prabhupada's written a letter to many of his disciples. A spiritual master is always liberated. Not that he is conditioned for some time, after that he is liberated. No. So you can read here, Akshananda. I was recently told by one devotee that Acharya does not have to be a pure devotee. Prabhupada, who's a rascal? Because many times the opposite camp says that Acharya need not be a pure devotee. So Prabhupada immediately says, who's a rascal? That means Prabhupada never approves that Acharya need not be pure devotee. So Akshananda, Nitai said, he said it in this context. What is the context? He said that Lord Brahma is the Acharya in the Brahma Sampradaya. But yet he is sometimes afflicted by passion. So therefore he is saying that it appears that Acharya does not have to be a pure devotee. So it does not seem right. See, he is taking some example on this quoting without understanding the context properly. See, Brahma, it is said in the Bhagavatam that Brahma, you are able to see me? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhu.
You are able to see me? Okay. So, in the Bhagavatam, it is said, Lord Brahma begot 10 sons and 1 daughter. And by seeing the beauty of the daughter, Lord Brahma ran after his daughter. And when sons like Marichi all started saying, Father, what is that? You are the spiritual master of the entire world. And if you act like this, what will happen to the common people? So the sons of Brahma, headed by Marichi, started speaking to their father like this. Brahma felt very much ashamed. He gave up his body. So he is quoting this incident here and saying that Brahma himself can fall down. So what to speak of us? We also can fall down. See, we have to understand everything properly. We cannot take something from the Shastra and quote our mistake compared to what happened the great authorities. So we cannot take their example to adjust the situation. So Brahma actually is teaching to the people, you don't think you are great, even you are so exalted, even you can fall victim. So don't think you are great. He's just like an actor acting to educate us. Just like in the movie we can see. It's for our learning. It's not that they are falling down. Just like Bharat Maharaj. He was attached to deer. Actually, he was not attached to deer in one sense. He's simply teaching us, you don't think you are so great. Even though one may be great, but if he's not conscious, if he's not careful, he can slip down, means slip. He can fall down. He can fall down. See, actually, they're all the great devotees are teaching us through their example. Actually, Krishna is teaching us through devotees, like a Brahma or Parikshit Maharaj or Bharat Maharaj. See how Bharat Maharaj can be attached. He's so exalted. He was able to give up attraction for his beautiful wife with children. And how is it possible for him to get attached to a deer when he has given the attraction for a very beautiful wife? Naturally, he cannot have any attachment for deer. But he's teaching us through his example. Therefore, one cannot take that saying that they can fall, so we can also fall. We cannot justify based on their statement, their incident. They are only teaching us. They are only teaching us through the example. So Brahma is not like a running after woman. How can he can do like that? No. Otherwise, how is it possible? He can meet Lord, take instruction from the Lord. He's not third class person. So when one should not bring this argument anywhere to justify one's fall down. So Brahma can fall down, so I can also fall down. No, that is different. Yeah, we all can fall down, that's fine. But a guru, when we talk about guru is eternally liberated. It's not a conditioned soul. Liberated soul cannot act like this. So Prabhupada says, he has manufactured his idea. Therefore, he's a rascal. Therefore, he's a rascal. Prabhupada says 2 times, he's a rascal, rascal. 2 times. Why? Because his manufactured idea. Nikai has become an authority. He thought something rascaldom and is expressing that. Therefore, he is more rascal. These things are going on. So one should not concoct anything from the scripture with off-baked knowledge and bring and support one's stupid theory. So Prabhupada never approved this. He's telling is a rascal. Anyone who says a spiritual master need not be pure devotee is a rascal. This is Prabhupada word. Diksha Guru must be situated on the topmost platform of devotional service. There are 3 classes of devotees. The Diksha Guru must be accepted from the top class. So we said there are 3 gurus, Vartama Pratishtha Guru, Siksha Guru, and Diksha Guru. So the neophyte can be a Vartama Pratishtha Guru, just like we go and distribute, give books. So that can be considered as a guru also, Vartama Pratishtha Guru, because he has given the knowledge about God, the basic knowledge, fundamental knowledge. So that second class instructor guru. But Diksha Guru must be from the Uttamadhikari. Madhyamadhikari cannot be a Diksha Guru. Very simple. Your next question, whether the spiritual master was formally conditioned soul. Prabhupada said, actually a bona fide spiritual master is never a conditioned soul, whether in the past or present. So in the past also is not a conditioned soul. It's not that he practiced devotional service some 20 years nicely and he acquired all the qualities and became liberated and he becomes spiritual master. No. Actually, a bona fide spiritual master is never a conditioned soul. That means he is eternally liberated person. Spiritual master is an eternally liberated person. So most important point, we should know this. So Indian man, when you become the spiritual leader of Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada, when my Guru Maharaja ordered me, that is Guru Parambara, Indian, did it. Prabhupada, try to understand, don't go very speedily. A Guru can become Guru when he's ordered by his Guru. That's all. Otherwise, nobody can become Guru. So Prabhupada very clearly said, a Guru can become Guru only when he's ordered by his Guru. So that, not that Prabhupada should have recorded some tape of his Guru. See, they are pure devotees. Whatever they say, we should simply accept. Whatever they say, we should simply accept. We cannot ask whether we have got document, we have got letter. Person like a Prabhupada, we cannot ask. When Prabhupada says that yes, when one is ordered by his Guru, he can become Guru. Simple. So the opposite camp says, Prabhupada also doesn't, they all say that we have been ordered by Guru. We have been ordered by Prabhupada to become Guru. So Prabhupada never gave any order as such. He has clearly told you act on my behalf. You act as a Ritvik. He never appointed these 11 people as next acharyas. He never appointed. He is clearly told in the July 9th letter. He never appointed anyone as an acharya, but he told only you give initiation on my behalf. All the devotees, disciples whom you initiate are my disciples. So Prabhupada very crystal clear says. So we'll discuss that point. A spiritually advanced person who acts with authority as the spiritual master, speaks as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, dictates from within. Because when spiritual master speaks, he is not speaking from his mouth. the super soul who is sitting in his heart, he speaks through a pure devotee. Thus, it is not that it is thus it is not he that is personally speaking. When a pure devotee or spiritual master speaks, whatever he says should be accepted as having been directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we should be very, very careful when spiritual master says that it's coming from Krishna, not from him. On the whole, you may know that Prabhupada is saying that somebody was initiating. I think this is a Bon Maharaj, one of the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So he was initiating some of the disciples. He was initiated Prabhupada disciple also sometime. So Prabhupada is saying, on the whole, you may know that the Bon Maharaj is not a liberated person, and therefore he cannot initiate any person to Krishna consciousness. It requires special spiritual benediction from the higher authorities. So 1968, Prabhupada wrote a letter to Janardana. So unless one receives order from the higher authority, he cannot give any initiation to anybody. So next, Prabhupada was talking about change of books. This is called rascal editors. Topic itself, rascal editors. So they are doing a walk. Yashodanandana. Sometimes they appeal that we can make better English. So they change like this, change like that. Just like in the case of Ishopanishad, there are over 100 changes. And where is the need? Your words are sufficient. The potency is there. When they change, it is something else. Swarupa Damodara. That's actually a very dangerous mentality. Yashodanandana. What is it going to be in 5 years? It's going to be a different book. Prabhupada. It's a very serious situation to write one letter that why you have made so many changes and whom to write, who will care. All rascals are there. Write to Satswarupa. This is the position. They are doing anything and everything at their whim. The next printing should be again to the original way. See, now Prabhupada says it's very, very serious situation. Now they have made hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of changes in the books of Prabhupada. Not 1, 2, 3, hundreds. Thousands and thousands of changes are there in the books of Prabhupada. So if you see in another 10 years or 20 years, Prabhupada books will go and their books will be there. The potence will be lost. ISKCON potence will be lost because of changing. They are thinking they can give better English. They can write as if Prabhupada English is not very good and they want to change that. They change everything. Change means, Prabhupada says, we'll see here. Change means what happens. They should have board of Satswarupa and Jayadvaita, Tamal Krishna. Those two men are both in Los Angeles now, Prabhupada. So write them immediately. The rascal editors, they are doing a walk and they are being maintained by Rameshwar and the party. Prabhupada. Change of government, just like they say, change of theories means the change of theories by rascals. Change means rascal. Anything change means it's a domain of rascals. Just like Manu Samhita, it is said, Nasyam Swadandram Harvati. Nasyam Swadandram Harvati. Woman should not be given independence. Once said, that's a fact. If you want to change, you suffer. That's all. Next point. First thing I warn Achyutananda. Do not try to initiate. You are not in a proper position now to initiate anyone. Don't be allured by such Maya. I am training you all to become spiritual, future spiritual masters. But do not be in a hurry. So Prabhupada meant they can all become Siksha Gurus, not Diksha Gurus. Because already as told, spiritual master is not a conditioned soul, even formally, is always liberated. Prabhupada knew very well these are conditioned souls. Therefore, they cannot become spiritual master. Means Diksha Guru. But all of them can become Siksha Guru. I am training you all to become future spiritual master, it is a Siksha Guru. So already, see, 1968. So Prabhupada started a movement in only 1966, this ISKCON. Within 2 years, somebody felt qualified and started initiating. Within 2 years, he has started initiating. So much greedy, so much what rasa. You want to become spiritual master. You want to get that worship. So Prabhupada's warning. You are not proper. You are not in a proper position to initiate. Don't be allured by Maya. This is called Maya. If anyone has got this bhava that to become guru, is in Maya. Simple. Very simple. I heard that there is some worship of yourself. One more. In 1974, Bhavananda, there was one devotee, disciple of Prabhupada. He started receiving worship from people. So Prabhupada says, I heard that there is some worship of yourself by the other devotees. Of course, it's proper to offer obeisances to Vaishnava, but not in the presence of spiritual master. After the departure of the spiritual master, it will come to that stage. No, wait. Otherwise, it will create factions. So we should not receive any worship unless we are qualified. Even if you are qualified, unless we receive order from the authority, we should not. Just like Prabhupada, Loknath Goswami. He was very qualified person. He was a direct associate Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and does not want to accept disciples. Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him in dream, you must accept. Still he was hesitating. 2 times Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you must accept Narottama as your disciple. And later, Loknatha Goswami accepted only one person, Narottama, as his disciple. So although they are qualified, they never accepted anyone as a disciple. So one reporter, what will happen to the movement in the United States when you die? So Prabhupada said, I will never die. Devotees, Jai. Prabhupada, I live from my books and you will utilize. So 1975, Prabhupada said this. From the above exchange, it can be understood that Prabhupada is a living spiritual master who continues to impart the transcendental knowledge. So we need not to worry that how we'll get the transcendental knowledge. Prabhupada lives in the book. So we can get knowledge from Prabhupada through his books. So this will continue for as long as ISKCON exists. Prabhupada says 10,000 years it will go on. So there is no need to worry for next 10,000 years. Prabhupada is there. By reading the original books of Prabhupada, we'll associate with Prabhupada and we can get the spiritual knowledge from Prabhupada. So we are running out of time. I have to finish the July 9th letter. Okay. So GBCs, existing people, they say, persons who are not self-realized soul or topmost Vaishnavas can be Diksha Guru if the GBC approves. That's the resolution of the ISKCON opposite camp. Even the person who is not self-realized or topmost Vaishnava, still he can be Diksha Guru. So Prabhupada said, only a topmost devotee, Mahabhagavata, is eligible to occupy the position of a Guru. This is Prabhupada's instruction. They say no need. So they are counteracting Prabhupada word. What happens? This changing in Prabhupada word. When Prabhupada says the only Mahabhagavata is eligible to occupy the post of a Guru, they said no need. No need of a topmost Vaishnava. Even it can be an ordinary Vaishnava. He can become Guru. Next, the spiritual master. This is ISKCON GBC's current GBC ISKCON. Their law. Spiritual master must be sanctioned, overseen, regulated, if necessary, disciplined by the GBC. Prabhupada's instruction. Genuine spiritual master is never to be regulated or disciplined by any boards. So this is an instruction of Prabhupada. See, when you say a guru is Sakshat Hari, is on par with Hari, how can you oversee the activities of Hari? One can supervise God. That's stupidness. How we can train God? How can we regulate God? How can we sanction? How can discipline God? See, when you say Guru is Sakshat Hari. He cannot be disciplined by somebody else. He's a topmost. He's as good as God. He cannot get any direction from somebody. So they give the contrary instruction. The spiritual must be sanctioned. They are gurus are in the probation period. 3 years will put to give period. After that, they will see. Okay, he's become regular guru. After that, his conduct is not good. He can be removed, or he can be under suspension. Guru cannot be come under suspension. He's a topmost person. Who can suspend him? How Lord Hari can be suspended? It's all very, very, very low level. No basic knowledge they have got. How God can be suspended, how God can be regulated, how God can be overseen, disciplined by GBC. So GBC is more than God, more than Guru. It's very, very sad thing. This can be applicable for instructed gurus. So because we are all neophytes. So neophyte can be overseen by the board. Fine. Instructor gurus, fine. This and all applicable, but not for Diksha Guru. Not for Diksha Guru. This is not applicable for Diksha Guru. It's applicable only for Siksha Guru. Next. A spiritual master may sometimes fall down and becomes demonic. One may ignore, neglect, or reject his spiritual master who falls down. This is the statement given by GBCs. Spiritual masters can fall down, become demonic also. So one should ignore such kind of guru, neglect, or reject. Prabhupada says there is no possibility that a first-class devotee will fall down. A bona fide spiritual master is the disciple succession since time immemorial. So he cannot fall down at all. How can he fall down? Well, spiritual master sometimes may fall down. He cannot fall down at all. So they say if you accept one guru, if fall down, you accept one more guru. If he also falls down, then directly take shelter of Prabhupada. So we are telling directly, you take directly shelter of Prabhupada. It's all very, very shameful to say all things and all. Then again, GPC's statement, their law. ISKCON gurus who have fallen down, if rectified, may be reinstated by the GBC. The guru, if is fallen down, if he understands that he is wrong, again, if the correction is mistake is rectified, then again he can become guru. You see, very sad. There are various levels of spiritual mastery, Diksha Guru, and not all are Uttamadhigaris. So Prabhupada says only Uttamadhigari can be guru. Okay, the next we'll go to the point. It's an already. Okay, Prabhupada says, Prabhupada, why this Gaudiya Math failed? Because they tried to become more than Guru. He, means Bhaktisaraswara Thakur, before passing away, gave all direction and never said this man should become Guru. And they began to fight. Who shall become Acharya? That is the failure. They never thought why Guru Maharaja gave us instruction so many things. Why did not say that this man, somebody Acharya, this man became Acharya, somebody Acharya, and everything failed. They did not consider, even with the common sense, that if Guru Maharaja wanted to appoint somebody as Acharya, why did not say? He said, the real point is that they insisted upon, they declared some unfit person to become Acharya. Then another man came, then another Acharya. So better remain a foolish person perpetually to be directed by Guru Maharaja. That's perfection. And as soon as he learns the Guru Maharaja is dead, now I am so advanced, I can kill my Guru and become Guru. Then he is finished. In the latter days of my Guru Maharaja, he was very disgusted. Actually, he left this world earlier. Otherwise, he would have continued to live for more years. Still, he requested his disciples to form a strong governing body for preaching the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He never recommended anyone to be Acharya of the Gaudiya Math. But Sridhara Swami, Sridhara Maharaja is responsible for disobeying the order of Guru Maharaja. And he and others who are already dead unnecessarily thought that there must be one Acharya. If Guru Maharaja could have seen someone who was qualified at the time to be the Acharya, he would have mentioned. Because on the night before he passed away, he talked of so many things, but never mentioned an Acharya. His idea was Acharya was not to be nominated amongst the governing body. He said openly, you make a GBC and conduct a mission. So his idea was amongst the members of GBC who would come out successful and the self-effulgent Acharya would be automatically selected. So Sridhara Swami and his two associate gentlemen unauthorizedly selected one Acharya, and later it proved a failure. The result is now everyone is claiming to be Acharya, even though they may be Kanishta Adhikari with no ability to preach. In some of the camps, the Acharya is being changed 3 times a year. Therefore, we may not commit the same mistake in our ISKCON camp. So Prabhupada clearly told, let us not commit the same mistake what Gaudiya Math did. Gaudiya Math failed because they selected some unqualified person as an Acharya. As a result, it is failure. We should not commit the same mistake in our ISKCON camp. So Prabhupada, in spite of saying this, they committed same blunder. As a result, there are havoc in the history of ISKCON. Let us see what are the havocs. So Prabhupada said, the GBC should all be instructor gurus, and I am the initiator guru. And he should become the instructor guru by teaching what I am teaching and doing what I am doing. That's not a title, but you must actually come to this platform. This I want. The difficulty is that our GBC men are falling victim to Maya. Today trust this GBC, tomorrow you will fall down. That is the difficulty. If the GBC men are so flickering, then what to speak of others? Unless this problem is solved, whatever we may resolve, it will not be very useful. So at the time itself, so many GBCs were falling down to Maya. So now it comes to the final, this one, Satsarupa. Then our next question concerns initiation in the future, particularly at the time when you are no longer with us. We want to know how first and second initiations would be conducted. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, I shall recommend some of you. After this settled up, I shall recommend some of you to act as officiating Acharya. Kamala Krishna. Is that Ritvik? Is that Ritvik Acharya? Srila Prabhupada. Ritvik, yes. Satsarupa. Then what is the relationship of that person who gives initiation? Prabhupada is Guru, Satsvarupa. But he does it on your behalf. Yes, that's formality. Because in my presence, one should not become Guru. So on my behalf, order. Be actually Guru by my order. So Satsvarupa. They may also be considered your disciple. Prabhupada, yes, they are disciples. Why consider? Who? So here there is some confusion. Tamal Krishna is asking that these Ritik Acharyas, they are officiating, giving Diksha. The people who they give Diksha, whose disciple they are his disciple. They are his disciple. Who's initiating? And Prabhupada again he says, concludes here, is Tamal Krishna wanted this main thing that they should become Acharya. They should become spiritual master. But Prabhupada says, when I order, but they don't quote this point. Never they quote. They take only this and they try to convince people. But we have to go the same thing. The final Prabhupada says, when I order, you become Guru, he becomes regular Guru. Then he becomes a disciple of my disciple. So it's very clearly Prabhupada says, when I order, you become Guru, he becomes a regular Guru. That's all. He becomes a disciple of my disciple. So this is a May 28th. They put show only this. They don't show this. When I order, you become Guru. They don't show this. Only they show this point and they try to convince the people. So last one, July 9th letter. So, to all temple presidents, dear Maharajan Prabhus, please accept my humble obeisances at your feet. Recently, when all the GBC members were with His Divine Grace in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada indicated that soon he would appoint some of the senior disciples to act as Ritvik, representative of the Acharya, for the purpose of performing initiation, both first initiation and second initiation. His Divine Grace has so far given a list of 11 disciples who will act in that capacity. His Holiness Kirtananda Swami, His Holiness Satsvarupadas Goswami, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, His Holiness Tama Krishna Goswami, His Holiness Hridayananda Goswami, His Holiness Bhavananda Goswami, His Holiness Amsaduta Swami, His Holiness Rameshwara Swami, His Holiness Harikesha Swami, His Grace Bhagavan Das Adhikari, His Grace Jayatirtha Das Adhikari. These are the 11 people. In the past, temple presidents have written to Srila Prabhupada recommending a particular devotee's initiation. Now that Srila Prabhupada has named these representatives, temple presidents may henceforward send a recommendation for the first and second initiation to whichever of these 11 representatives are nearest to their temple. After considering the recommendation, these representatives may accept the devotee as initiated disciple of Prabhupada. See, very clearly said, the whole question is coming here. When you are no longer present with us, how the system of initiation can take place? This is a question. The question put forward by this GBC members to Prabhupada, when you are no longer with us, how the initiation can go on? So Prabhupada has given this 11 people to act as Ritvik. So the question here is, Prabhupada's, they may accept the devotee as an initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada by giving the spiritual name, or in the case of second initiation, by chanting the just as Srila Prabhupada has done. The newly initiated devotees are disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The above 11 senior devotees acting as his representatives. See, this is very crystal clear. The question is, when you are no longer present, how the initiation should go on? So Prabhupada has clearly indicated this 11 people should act on behalf of Prabhupada. All the disciples are disciples of Prabhupada, and they are acting as Ritvik or representatives. After the temple president receives a letter from these representatives giving the spiritual name or the thread, he can perform the fire yajna in the temple as was being done before. The name of the newly initiated disciple should be sent by the representative who accepted him or her to Srila Prabhupada to be included in his Divine Grace initiated disciples. So this is also very clear. The names should be sent to Prabhupada to be included in his Divine Grace Prabhupada initiated disciples. So disciples, all the people who are initiated by the 11 people or the disciples of Prabhupada, they should act only as representatives. So this is the instruction given by Prabhupada to all the people, to all the temple presidents. So what happened? They misused this, and everyone accepted the position of a guru. Everyone started assuming the post of a guru, assuming the position of guru, and they started exploiting people, resources. What happened? Because they disobeyed the order of Prabhupada, all the 11, almost 10 are gone. Kirtananda Swami, first person, he involved in murder and he was jailed for 20 years. He is the one who murdered one disciple called Slochanadasa. He was exposing all the gurus, their illegal activities. As a result, Kirtananda ordered some of his disciples to kill, to murder the Slochanadasa. So American government found he is guilty, is the one who ordered. Therefore, they gave him the punishment for 20 years. He was in jail for almost not 20 years, maybe 14 or 15 years. Later, he died. Second, Harikesha Swami. He was the second one. Harikesha Swami was like a very powerful preacher, speaker. Everyone thought is next to Prabhupada, exalted Paramahamsa. When he was hospitalized and he should be massaged, and some people said he should be massaged. Some woman was brought. And some people said woman should not touch sannyasi. And some people said, no, he cannot see woman as the woman. He sees everyone part and parcel of Krishna. He's the Uttama Adhikari. His vision is clear. He will not be affected, even if woman massages. So then the woman started massaging the body. Finally, he fell in love with the therapist and gave the sannyasa and took away all the money given by disciples, crores of rupees. He took money and ran away with the therapist and is having affair with the therapist. This is the Harikeshwar Swami. Second is Rameshwara. Rameshwara Swami also left ISKCON, being caught in illicit activity. He also left. He is no longer sannyasi. He is now working in the real estate. Is the Jaitirtha. Jaitirtha was a drug addict. Even though he was in Mayapur and he would drink, means he was on drug and rolling on the ground, and people saw this person is a drug addict, and other gurus and all, they lose the position. They started saying that, no, this is symptoms of Mahabhagavata. This is symptoms of ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy. Actually, he was a drug addict. He was on drug and rolling on the ground. And the other gurus, when they were questioned, they started interpreting that he was in ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy. Finally, he also, I think he was murdered by one of his disciples. His head was cut off by one of, when he saw he was engaged in illicit activities. Bhavananda, he also left because of being absorbed in illicit activity. Satswarupa is Ansaduta. Ansaduta also was doing a lot of things, and he also was a drug addict, and he also left ISKCON. Tamal Krishna, he was the prime accused in many things, who conspired many things. He wanted to occupy the position of Prabhupada. Later, he died in car accident. And next person is Bhavananda, left ISKCON. Later, he was put in prison. And Hridayananda, he went back to college, started studying, becoming a doctorate. So he's living outside. He's also Satswarupa, having affair with some woman. Many things are there. Actually, we cannot, what to say. These people, all 11 people have done wonderful service. We should not deny that. All of them have done wonderful service. It's not like a small service. Otherwise, Prabhupada would not selected these 11 people to give initiation on his behalf. Prabhupada is not a less intelligent person to select some unqualified people. These people have done wonderful service to Prabhupada. So we should be, in one sense, we should be grateful to these people. But because they misused the position, when Prabhupada did not appoint them as a guru, they were falsely accepted as gurus and started receiving worship. As a result, most of them, almost all of them, fell down. Now, out of 11, 1 or 2 is sustaining. So they themselves sometimes confessed. Actually, Prabhupada never appointed any gurus. He appointed only 11 Ritiks. He never appointed them gurus. Tamala Krishna Goswami in 2022, I think 1980, he has told, and he confessed in the one program that Prabhupada never appointed any gurus. He appointed only 11 Ritiks. One of the gurus himself said. Later, other gurus went and made him to shut his mouth, shut your mouth, otherwise we'll expel you, we'll remove you from ISKCON. So then finally withdraw his statement. Next person, Srila Prabhupada did not appoint anyone to be a guru for the future. Jaya Advaita Swami. Now he is also guru, because what they do, if anyone speaks, they'll tell you become guru or expel. First they'll try to bribe you become guru. If you don't want to become guru, get lost. Remove from the ISKCON. So next, under one more, Ravindra Swarupadas. Srila Prabhupada never said that here are next 11 acharyas and they are authorized gurus for the moment. He did not do that. Ravindra Swarupadas, he also opposed. Later, he was given the guru position. So he kept quiet. So whenever people raises the object to this, that Prabhupada never appointed anyone guru, then you said you stop speaking, you become guru. So similarly, when Madhupandit Prabhu started opposing, they said you become guru, you keep quiet. So whenever we try to oppose. They try to shut our mouth by bribing or by giving the post. If one is not ready, they'll expel. I mean, Madhupati Prabhu and Chandra Prabhu never agreed this for this becoming guru. They expelled them. So this is the position of the opposite camp. How terrible things going on, we don't know. So we are fortunate to be directly connected to Prabhupada. Without these people and so many disciples like Harikeshava Swami, when he ran away with therapist, all of them were devastated. Who accepted their guru as good as God and is running away with some therapist. What happened to the position of disciples? So we are fortunate in one sense. Prabhupada. We are directly connected to Prabhupada without undergoing all this turmoil. So we should know this, all this information, so that we are committed to Srila Prabhupada. So already we have crossed our limit more than half an hour. So I want to tell because it's the most important subject. Therefore, I took little extra time so that all of you are aware. So just 1 minute. I want to open your this one. Just at least let me see the faces. We can show the video because mostly I don't know the people under. Only some I know. Ashwini Rao.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Who's there? Dr. Hema. Chandrasekhar. Anuradha Anjanaya. Anushka Prakash. Hema. Hare Krishna. Anuradha. Okay. Anjanaya no. Anushka. Who's Anushka? Bhanu Prakash. Dr. Nikita.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Praveen Swami. Praveen Swami. Okay. Anusha Bhanu Prakash. Yes, I've seen. Dr. Nikita.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Nitya. Chandrasekhar. Okay, fine. Shivaji Rao. Okay, they all put, I think, kerchief. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Chandrasekhar, yeah, Chandrasekhar.
Prabhu, I have a couple of questions. Are you taking the second session on Srila Prabhupada's importance?
Second?
Second session, are you taking?
I don't know because if my time is there, I will take because I don't know when all things and all. So
Okay, because I have a couple of questions to ask. Maybe like in the second session.
Okay, you can keep all the question and all. So I will take separately. In general, all questions, not only Guru issue. Any questions are there, you can keep in that Arinam Diksha things and all. Keep all the people, all the questions. We'll have one session after finishing. So I'll take. Okay.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Any questions you have got doubt, we can keep it. We'll take separately 1 hour after finishing all things. Online only. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.